Alright people, Mike Saladin here again, welcome back to another video. Today I'm checking out the Stellar Blade demo that was released. Just came out like an hour ago, so I thought I'd download it, play it, see what's up with it. It's been compared a lot to NieR Automata, and NieR Automata was one of my favourite games I've ever played. And I thought it looked kind of fun, so I'll give it a go. I don't know if I'll get the full game when it launches, but I'll probably get it near the end of the year. But depending on how this demo goes, I might buy it sooner if I really enjoy it. Um, so I'm just going to go in story mode because I'm pretty unskilled at games and I don't want to get frustrated when I'm only playing a demo just to check it out. I might play normal mode on my own later when I'm not recording, just to see if I can get more into the combat or anything like that. Um, Again, a lot of people have been comparing this to NieR Automata because you're playing as like a robot lady in high heels with a big sword, and she has a little robot floating companion with her in some of the footage I've seen. I think it's a Korean development studio that's made this game. Um, and I don't think I've ever played many Korean games. The only one that comes to mind is a horror game called White Day. Um, I think it was called White Day. The remake of it came out on PS4, and I played that. Pretty decent little horror game set in a like creepy haunted school or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much the height of my Korean video game knowledge, to be honest. Um, this seems to be like one of Sony's bigger releases this year that they've put a lot of marketing into. I noticed Stellar Blade had been advertised, I think even when E3 was still a thing. I think they showed off Stellar Blade one year, or maybe it was a Sony State of Play, I can't remember exactly, but I know Sony have been pushing this game quite a lot. And it's more of a double A release than a triple A release, I think, although I'm not quite sure what the overall budget was. It does have a feeling of being like a smaller title for Sony. Along with Rise of the Ronin, they've got like two more like double A games this year instead of any big blockbusters. And to be honest, I welcome this like sort of change up from all these cinematic games like Uncharted, God of War, Last of Us. These really cinematic third person over the shoulder sad dad games, as I like to call them. They are pretty cool and everything, but you do get a bit fed up of that one style of game. And PS4 so far compared to PS5, it had a lot more variety in the kinds of games that were coming out. There was a lot of smaller Japanese stuff that was given a big chance on PS4. Like I'd say Gravity Rush 2, stuff like that that's kind of disappeared from Sony's lineup. So I'm glad that these two games, Rise of the Ronin and Stellar Blade, are looking to be two of the bigger games Sony are putting out this year. I don't think it's by choice. I think a lot of stuff got delayed. Sony's bigger stuff got delayed, so they've got no choice but to rely on these smaller games this year. But I think it's healthier for the platform overall if they do push more of these kinds of experiences. So yeah, there we go. We're getting freed from our pod. These characters, of course, they look a bit Evangelion like with these tight leather skin suits or whatever. Kind of, if this was in red, it would look like Asuka, her leather suit or whatever you call that. But Eve's is green. Really nice graphics, so I'm wondering if the budget is a bit higher than I was thinking for this. A lot of stuff going on in the background, very well animated, nice lighting. Yeah, this is the animation everybody wanted to see, the walking animation, I'm sure. 2B, quite famously, a lot of people were interested in that game because of her walking animation. And her, let's say, assets, shall we say. So I'm getting into the combat here. Yeah, does feel kinda like NieR already, but I will try to let it be its own thing. With the like hack and slash, gonna try not to compare too much. But even the way our health is like white, like the UI or the HUD or whatever is that white bar and stuff. It is feeling a lot like NieR already. Although NieR didn't have these big like these big explosive set pieces like this. It did have big cinematic moments, but don't think it was as chaotic as this. Big giant battle scenes. This guy, I mentioned Evangelion before. This guy kind of looks like a mini angel. That big red glowing weak spot. I'm trying to hit him in the face here. So yeah, press L1 to parry just before you get hit. I'm pretty terrible at parrying in games. I prefer to dodge. So I'm going to be trying to use circle to dodge. Yeah, I almost dodged that. L1 and triangle seems to do this big lightning move. Or channels electricity, whatever that special move is. Our character's wounded. Her body frame. Okay, so we've got health items, of course. So you just press up to take a potion or whatever. Again, the white, everything being in white for the UI, the enemy health bar, just all the HUD elements, it really does feel like NieR. I really like how Eve's ponytail's animated. It looks really nice when you're fighting. I'm trying to perfect dodge or parry this guy. I'm pretty terrible with the combat so far. So there's a good reason I put it on story mode instead of normal, because I'd probably getting my ass beat. Just practicing my swinging here. I need to get good with parries. Oh, you can sprint with L3, of course. Really cool stuff going on in the background. A lot of explosions, debris. They have put quite a bit of money into this presentation. It's very appreciated. It looks really cool. Really nice cinematic moments here. Oh, I ran into the explosion. I was too busy looking at the background.
This isn't looking good. Let's go.
So this is our first boss fight, I guess. Again, I mentioned Evangelion before, but these enemies, they're kind of reminding me of like the angels from Evangelion, because they have these big red glowing. I think those are meant to be his weak spots. Our friend got injured. Are we gonna have to do this on our own? Come on, get up. Don't let me fight the boss on my own. We're gonna get our ass beat. Hopefully I still have a few health items. I think I had 3 of them, it said on the HUD. Yeah, maybe just okay, all our teammates are wiped out. Yeah, that's not good. And we're not taking it well, clearly. Evangelion. That's what they should have called this game. Complete copyright nightmare. Just put Eve and a wee dash Evangelion. I mean, they'd be completely sued. But it would have been funny. I might call this video Stellar Blade Evangelion. Although I'm probably gonna call it something Stellar Blade NieR Automata at Home? Question mark. Although I think this is a bit higher quality than a at-home game. I said about Silent Hill, that new demo for it, that it was like PT at home, and that was derogatory, but I don't want to be derogatory about this game. It actually is feeling pretty cool at the moment. And it definitely has had money put into it, so it's not like a little cheap knockoff or anything. The inspiration is quite clear, I think. And everybody was saying that, like, ages before we even got this demo. You could just tell from all the pre-release footage they were giving us. Okay, dodge! Ugh! I'm so bad at dodging in this. Okay, get up, Eve. And dodge this time. Okay, I parried that. You can use L1 to parry or circle to dodge, and I'm trying to get good at dodging because I just prefer dodging to parrying. But yeah, let's just wheel on this guy, try to get his health out. Did I dodge that one? Parried that one. It might be good to like combine parrying and dodging. L1. Oh, and we just got him down. So that wasn't too bad, but again, I'm on the story mode difficulty, so it shouldn't be too tricky. Nice. Yeah, these cutscenes are really cool.
It wasn't an alpha, but it was a strong.
It's not an alpha.
You fought well.
I kind of missed what these enemies were called. Did it come up in the dialogue scene somewhere? But yeah, I'm just going to call them angels to keep this Evangelion comparisons going.
We have to find some.
If at some point we get into a big mech and start fighting versions of these things, then I'm definitely going to keep calling it Evangelion.
Eve!
Uh-oh.
Eve!
I don't even know what our friend's called. I know we're called Eve. But what was our friend called? It was called Taisha or something? That's not it, but it was something that began with T, I think. And the crew has arrived. Okay, this guy looks pretty normal. Really nice art direction in this game. This guy feels vaguely Devil May Cry like in his design. There's something PS2 like about the vibe of this game, and I mean that in a good way. It feels like an action game I'd pick up on the PS2 at random, having never heard anything about it. Obviously the visuals are a lot higher than PS2 level, but I'm just talking about the like sort of action vibe of it. Oh dear, our friend is not gonna recover from that.
Eve! Get out of here.
Are we fighting this guy right away? There, that was her name. Techi, was that? Stellar Blade. Is the demo over already? Pretty short demo, if it is. Is there more? Oh, there is. Yeah, I was wondering. I was expecting this demo to be about like an hour long, maybe. One of the good things about game sales being down recently, like I've noticed a lot of games not selling as much as they were expected to or whatever. It seems like studios are a lot more willing to put out demos again for their games to try to drum up more sales. I've noticed the PS5 generation that most of these big games now have a trial or some kind of pre-download that you can do. Like Dragon's Dogma 2, it had the character creator download. Some other games have done that, just giving you the character creator. Would have been nice if they had a gameplay demo too, but I think Rise of the Ronin, did it have a demo? Maybe not, maybe I'm confusing it with something else. But I have seen recently there's been a lot more demos for games. And even games that came out ages ago, like Cyberpunk, I think they just put out a free trial version or something like that. Maybe I'm getting confused, but it looked like they were advertising a free trial version of Cyberpunk. Um, and I think demos are something that game companies need to get back to doing, and earlier in development as well, so that they can get like feedback not just from games journalists and like people in the industry and insiders and stuff, but giving the general public access to your game so that you can see all the feedback on social media and like actual constructive criticism, not stuff where it's just people attacking the game for stupid reasons, but people giving actual good feedback on sort of gameplay elements and stuff that might need to change is probably very helpful for developers. And I'm just thinking about Baldur's Gate 3 and how it was in early access for years, and how all that player feedback made the like eventual end game launch of Baldur's Gate 3 far better, probably, for all the feedback they got. Um, but yeah, NieR Automata vibes are off the charts at this point. We're in a ruined city. We've got our little robot pal floating around behind us. Uh, the music playing right now. I'm probably gonna have to turn the game volume way down so I don't get copyright claimed. And I picked up a code for something off that guy. Nice destructible boxes that have items to collect in them. And yeah, all the falling water and stuff. It reminds me of the like flooded part of the city in NieR Automata. Now, passcode. Yeah, we just picked that up, so you can press triangle to see it again, and then we can fill it in. Interesting that you actually have to type this in yourself. Most games, when you pick up a note with a code on it, the character just knows it automatically and puts it in. Although I think in some Resident Evil games and stuff, if you get like a safe code, you have to remember it and put it in yourself. Um, but other games, they do just the character just remembers the code for you. I think that should be a difficulty setting, to be honest. If you're on hard mode, then they should make you remember the code. And if you're just on easy mode and story mode like I am, it should automatically put it in if you've picked up a code. The character should just remember it for you. I think that would be a good difficulty option. Uh, yeah, this little camp area again. Really, I know I said I would try not to compare it too much, but yeah, the NieR vibes are off the chain now at the moment. I think there was a vending machine type thing in NieR where you bought stuff as well. Okay, so I have like no currency at the moment, unfortunately. Um, this thing is for setting our skills. Okay, massive big skill tree. To be honest, these days I'm not that huge into skill trees. There's so many of them in games that aren't even RPGs that just seem to get skill trees now, and I am kind of sick of looking at skill trees. But yeah, it's probably pretty necessary in this kind of game. But yeah, I am just a bit bored of seeing skill trees at this point. You can just sit down on this chair for a rest, it seems, and you'll think back on your memories, I guess. Get some flashbacks. So this is how we escaped the big crew guy, I guess. So our friend flew in and saved us.
What's wrong?
And this is our little pod that's following us around.
It's nothing.
So I wonder what Yoko Taro thinks of this, because
From here on, you have to
I'd
stay
say he's
alert.
probably happy somebody got really inspired by NieR. But I wonder if he cares about how close it is. Like hot android lady. Although I don't know if this is an android that we're playing as, or if she's some other kind of robot. And then she gets followed around by this little pod who talks to her and gives her advice. If the pod starts shooting people for us, then it's just completely over. The comparisons are just completely on point at that stage. So I'm trying to perfect dodge here. Just can't get it right. Circle there. Wait, that was a dodge, but it wasn't perfect apparently. Okay. Yeah, probably was supposed to dodge during that big splash of acid or whatever he was doing. I'll just take the enemy out because I can't. I don't want to sit there all day trying to dodge when I can't.
The Legion's old supply box.
Okay, open chest. Collect some more stuff. We got a potion for healing. Nice.
That ability shouldn't be an issue.
So yeah, it's probably good to can I break this? There seems to be something up with the cars. I don't want to break it in case it explodes in my face. Alright, how do I... Oh, gee, that was close. Jump and hang from bars. Wait, what? I jumped towards the bar. What are you on about, game? They have to press R2 when jumping to grab it. I'll try that this time. Right, X and R2. Let's see if that works. And, okay, there we go. Right, I don't know if you're supposed to press R2 or if I just didn't jump correctly the first time. But I'll stick to jumping and pressing R2. Press triangle to air strike. Oh, okay, nice. I'm glad that's not locked behind a skill tree. Normally games, they put a jump down attack in a skill tree when you probably should have it right away. It just feels like a basic combat move. Like that's a thing with skill trees now. I don't mind them if they're small with really powerful upgrades, but when there's like hundreds of abilities, or when it feels like there's hundreds of abilities, and like some really basic moves are stuck behind a skill tree, like I know swimming or something. You have to unlock swimming from a skill tree. Or stuff like that. It feels like they kind of padded out these skill trees just for the sake of it to make it the game last longer or something. Oh yeah, I finally perfect dodged against this squid starfish thing. Ah, I did it again. Nice. So I can just wheel on this guy. Okay, it's turning invisible, I think. I need to learn how to dash. I did it before, but I can't remember. I think it was pressing triangle rapidly or something let you dash. Cause I didn't like chasing that thing around. It felt a bit slow. Okay, and I'll just collect all that stuff. So we unlocked some gear. Again, a bit tired of gear slots in games. It just feels like every game has like loot and gear with like incremental like percentages of being better, and you have to keep checking, is this hat 2% better at reducing damage than these sunglasses I'm wearing or whatever, and that kind of just gets annoying in games these days. I can't remember. NieR Automata, they didn't really have gear slots, but they had the chip system where 9S and 2B could install different types of chips to give them different abilities. It was kind of like having gear slots, but that was like 5-6 years ago. I wasn't that sick of gear slots yet. And they didn't have a skill tree in NieR, I don't think. I really need to play NieR Automata. It's been too long. I've forgotten a lot of stuff. So we definitely can. We could have smashed that other car, I guess. And you get power cells from underneath the hood. Shouldn't have skipped that first one, clearly. But I was a bit worried it was going to explode the first time. Because I saw this like green gas coming out of it. I was like, that thing is probably just going to blow up if I hit it too much. So yeah, I'll have to keep a lookout for cars. So yeah, this city's completely crumbling. Oh, hello.
It's a trap.
Spider things. My favorite. Quite a few of these guys. Hope we get a big spinning crowd control move when you're surrounded and you just like completely slash up like 10 enemies at once. That would be fun. There's a lot of barrels overturned. I guess I can hit them and they'll blow up. But I don't want... Yeah, there they are. They're on fire. Right, move back. Move back, Eve. Nice. Okay, that went pretty well. Okay. Is this a mini-boss? Something vaguely Resident Evil about this guy. He looks like one of the Birkin, Dr. Birkin or whatever you call him in Resident Evil 2 with the strange arm that's sort of all deformed and stuff. The ones at the start of the game, the enemies we were fighting, again, I do think they look like mini angels from Evangelion with the big red glowing dots on them that look like big weak points that you're supposed to attack. Not supposed to go this way, but I'm just checking if exploration is kind of worth it in this game. Just see if you get more items. Yeah, you can fight optional enemies and stuff if you go off the beaten track. That's pretty nice. I'm not going to explore too much because I don't have a lot of time today. But I'll just go through the demo fairly quickly. I don't think it'll be that long. I think it'll just be like an hour long. I remember Final Fantasy 16's demo. That was another big game that got a big demo before its release that was surprising. Because Square normally like to keep these things under wraps for Final Fantasy. But it had a big demo and I think it lasted like quite a long time, like 4 hours I think. Some people were getting out of that demo. And then you carry your save file over to the main game, I think. I think with Final Fantasy 16 they were a bit nervous about the sales of that game. And that's maybe why they put out a demo for it. I think Square said they were disappointed in the sales of Final Fantasy 16. I'm not sure what the sales of Rebirth are like so far. But Rebirth, it got a demo too, actually. I was about to say it didn't, but then I remembered. I actually played the start of the demo for that game. I didn't go too far into it. Basically, all I did was go into Tifa's house, play piano for about an hour, and then I had to stop playing. And I just never went back to the demo. I didn't want to spoil too much for myself. I'll pick that game up later in the year too, probably. Okay, so we have to get up that ladder. Can we jump on this floating stuff? Whoa, go there. Right, just on the planks of wood then. Can we make it from here? Come on. Okay, no. Can we push the plank forward? Ah, okay, that's nice. Yeah, you just swim up to it in whatever direction and you can push it. That's pretty cool. And there we go. And of course everybody wants a shot of Eve climbing the ladder. Another big NieR Automata moment there for people. Okay, what is this? Oh yeah, that's the skill tree. I think I can afford one thing here. Let's see, is it in this skill tree I can learn something? Okay, just unlock this one. Let's see what I can buy here. Okay, still don't have enough money for anything. Is there going to be another cutscene if I rest? And now that time I just recovered health and whatever. So these little camps are clearly like your little checkpoints or whatever where you can rest up. Restock on items if you have enough money. Okay, I'm putting that little power cell or whatever I got into that. But I want to come over here first and see what this guy is doing. He looks a bit strange. Okay, he's got a big shield arm. Ah! Maybe I shouldn't have tried to fight this guy. Still trying to dodge and not getting it right at all. Hopefully there's, in the skill tree, there's something that like improves your speed of your dodge or something. Because I don't know if I'm just really terrible or if the dodge is just kind of slow at the moment. There, finally perfect dodged. So we got a bit beat up with that guy. Probably didn't need to fight him, but oh well. This guy. Okay, can we take him out with this barrel? Hit the barrel. Okay, move away. Get blown up. Yay! There we go. Nice. Oh, just jump scared. Hello. Now, this guy looks like he's from Dead Space with all his limbs and sharp knife arms or whatever. Oh, I can't see what I'm doing. Help. Okay. Alright, I'm very badly injured now. Probably shouldn't have come over here. Oh yeah, you can get notes and stuff from random people you find laying around. We have another passcode to put in. You can press triangle to bring up the old numbers. Because they don't stay on screen that long. That's kind of annoying, but oh well. Let's see what we got. Some gear or something, probably. Or is that the currency in this game? Might have got a medical item, not quite sure. Okay, I'll just come back to this door I opened and see how we get on in here. Shield enemies. Right, you could have explained this when I fought that other guy out there, I guess. Yeah, they're more protected when they have a shield. So I should wait for him to take a swing with it. Sort of circle around behind him. Get more direct hits on him. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh! Managed to block that. Nice. Whoa! Oh, come on. Again, I'm so bad at dodging. What did he do there? Help. Try to use my special lightning move on him. Come on, Eve, get good at dodging, please. And we'll just collect all these boxes. And oh, here's a map.
Adam, what is this?
Don't you know this already?
So yeah, it looks like you can just interact with random items around the world. And you can have a little conversation with your pod. There'll probably be a trophy in the main game for interacting with or finding 50 artifacts of the old world or something like that, I'm guessing. Oh, here's a book over here we can interact with. Okay, don't really have time to read all that, but yeah, there's an little collectible. And a piano. Nice. Can we play the piano like Final Fantasy?
Are these boxes displayed on the wall?
Oh no, enemy! Eve, get away, get away! Oh dear. That was a bad time to interact with that. Oh, I hate this flying starfish squid thing. It's just so annoying the way it jets away from you and you have to chase after it. Come on, just wheel on him. There we go. Nice. Now, can I play the piano in peace, please?
Looks like this used to be a library.
Are these boxes displayed on the wall storage devices?
Sort of.
Okay, it doesn't look like there's going to be a little mini game or whatever.
What a waste.
Wasn't really expecting that, to be honest, because that would be 2 games this year where you have piano playing mini games. Would be a bit strange. Okay, no, our little cutscene.
The crack is quite deep. It's going to be difficult to pass.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get across that.
We'll have to go across, past the parking tower.
Yeah, definitely can't get down there. Yellow paint, that was a big controversy with Final Fantasy for some reason. But yeah, it's in this game too. There's like yellow markers where you're supposed to go, it seems like.
What's that?
Um,
It's a depot.
doesn't really bother
Looks
me
like
too
another
much,
wall
but
squad who came here
I
before.
think again it should have been
Looks like it's been abandoned for a long time.
depending on the difficulty. Like if you go on the like really easy story mode,
Well, let's
then
find
probably
out
put
who's
yellow
responsible for
markers
all this.
around for people,
Is
and
this
anyone who
regular
goes
paint?
into like hard or maybe
It
normal,
could also mean
just
this place
remove
is
the
very
yellow paint,
dangerous.
and I think that makes everybody happy. And if somebody complains about not knowing where to
I
go,
guess this place could be useful.
maybe even if you're in normal or hard, you should have like a separate option to turn back on pathway hints or something like that. At the end of the day, I think most games should be about options and customization and sliders and settings and basically letting players customize the game to their preference. It it really just helps everybody really. Unless like the design intent of the entire game is about being punishing, like FromSoft games or something where it's designed like the whole thing is about overcoming the challenge. Then I don't think you need difficulty sliders and customization on that level, because kind of defeats the purpose of the game. But if you're a story game like this or Final Fantasy, and some people are just playing it to see the sort of story, and the designers really want to make sure everybody has the chance to see the story, then I think it's alright to have options that you can toggle on and off, such as yellow paint for finding paths. Some paths are really obvious to see in games, and sometimes I've noticed even in Final Fantasy VII when the yellow paint thing is there. I watched a video where a guy was like running around a room for like 10 minutes because he couldn't see where he was supposed to go. And it is proof that like these things are in these games for a reason, because most people online, like hardcore gamers that are like really into games and know exactly what that they're doing. It doesn't mean there isn't like all these normal people who maybe only play 1 or 2 games a year because they don't have time or whatever. Um, and they need like these hints and stuff to get through the game quicker. So yeah, went off on a bit of random yellow paint tangent, but yeah, I just noticed it was in this game too. This is a Square game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or no, it's from Korea. What am I talking
Interesting,
about?
maybe.
Does Square have anything to do with publishing this game, or is it all Sony? Can't really remember. But yeah, the yellow paint just made me think
Most
of that
definitely.
whole controversy
I have
from
used up almost
earlier
all of the
in
excess
the
rack
year.
materials that I collected over the
So
years.
yeah, we had another little cutscene this time when we sat down on this chair.
It's alright. That now means we can help each other.
So far, the game it's pretty interesting, pretty good. I'm not completely like blown away by it
Looks like
or
we have
anything,
enough
but
Automata to get
yeah,
through.
it seems pretty decent.
I'd have trouble
It's probably
figuring it
something
out
I'll buy
otherwise.
later on in the year when it's a bit cheaper. I don't know if they're charging £70 for this in the UK,
Listen, don't worry.
or $70 in the US. I know there's exchange rates and everything, but on Amazon, ever since this $70 games thing came in, they've been trying to charge us 69.99. Most of it doesn't stick. Like they drop it to 64.99 and then down to like 54.99, which I think is actually like that is actually $70 in US money. But they try to be cheeky and try to charge us £70 because I know some guy in a boardroom thinks, yeah, exchange rates aren't real. Everything's 70 across all regions now, despite the fact $70 doesn't mean 70 UK pounds or whatever. But yeah, I'd pay about 40 quid for this, I think. Just at the moment. Um, it is pretty entertaining, good gameplay. I'm not that drawn into the story or characters yet, but again, I've only been playing for like 40 minutes, so
Adam, get back.
okay, this guy looks kind of badass. Okay, dodge. I think they needed to put like button prompts on the screen for me so I could know when to block exactly. Because so far I'm getting a good block or good dodge by accident every so often. And I'm just really mistiming. I'm really bad at reading these enemies and their moves. Suppose I would get used to it the more I played, but yeah. I'm getting kind of good at perfect dodging this guy, it seems. I've seen it happen a few times. And then I just get caught by it. Oh no, oh what's he doing? Help. Dodge, dodge. Okay, that failed completely. Okay, how do I get away from this stuff? Help. He's using lightning strikes. It's not fair. Well, okay. He's got quite a big health bar as well. Oh, a button prompt came up there, but I don't know what I did. I didn't have time to read it. I think it said L1 and square, was it? Okay, heal, please, Eve, heal. I wish our pod actually did have some attack. Oh, button prompts have shown up. Is it because I play so terribly? L1, circle. Well, I was asking for them, so they've given them to me. Can this game hear what I'm saying? I think it's noticed, this guy sucks ass at dodging, better give him button prompts so he can actually beat this thing. It's taking them away again. Oh no, they're back. There we go. Kind of like that more because I can actually read the timing because of the button prompts. I think that's a bit like Bayonetta. I think Bayonetta works with button prompts to dodge and stuff. Or maybe that's only certain difficulties. I mean, I probably would get better at dodging if I played the game more. Okay, managed to get the guy down. Nice. Oh, L1. And we carved him up. Nice. And oh, the game has... I'm not playing anymore. Okay, this is just a demo reel now. I guess that's the end of the demo. It's just going to show some different random fights and stuff. Different outfits for Eve. So yeah, Stellar Blade. I think this could be a good one. I think it's very 8 out of 10 at the moment. I need to get into. Oh, I wish we unlocked those guns and stuff in the demo. That might have been a nice gameplay switch up. But yeah, it's interesting they've shown that to me because it has made me want to play more now that I know there's guns in the game. And you can grind on railings, nice. Yeah, it's looking pretty decent at the moment. I will wait for the overall reviews, but I think this will review pretty decently. Unless the story, like later on, gets really terrible or something. Yeah, I'm still not playing. This is still a demo reel, even though it's back to this character again. Or this boss that I was fighting. It's like, okay, you were terrible at this, let me show you how you're actually supposed to play it. Yeah, it does look really cool. Stellar Blade. Yeah, I'd just say give the demo a go, and if you'd like it, maybe check out the full game. Or wait for reviews, just to be careful, in case there's something wrong with the main game. But yeah, it looks decent. NieR Automata vibes are all over it. Evangelion vibes were in it for me. And yeah, I think it'll be a good game. So thanks for watching, people, and I'll see you again next time with another video.